Alright, what is up, YouTube? So today, one exclusively outside of the stream. I've been kinda taking a break for today. I need to recharge. I've been on a pretty bad streak, honestly. But I said I want to record one. For anybody watching the stream, I'm gonna mix it up with some constructed content. The YouTube is still gonna be more draft related, but I'll just go with the flow. Ooh. Okay. We happen to open a rare that's really busted. It's splashable. It's great in colors, and I do like red-white a lot. I actually often, maybe too many times, end up in red-white. And whenever I'm not playing red-white, or sometimes just heavy white-based decks, I'm not doing that well. And this has been my kinda yesterday. I haven't, I think people have caught up on how good equipments are and stuff. But this is super splashable and completely insane as well. In this set is just like a lot of the times the bomb dictates what you draft. A lot of the times the bombs just dominate the game. So I think you should do the most possible to pick those bombs up and not go too out of the way. There's not much else like really close. I like the 3-2 Mage's Rod is important in black-red. And it's just a good card in general in black decks. The ramp creature is great. So we could just kind of go with it, take the Geot, but arguably like Wyvern would be a pick if I didn't have the rare, because it's just the best single color card. The thing is, these two are not that far apart, but this limits our chances. Like we're basically here, we could still splash this or not play it, but here we kind of are locking ourselves in. The counterspell is also excellent. I'm gonna go with Geot. I think I want to bank on this start. White is also really deep, even if you are not in the most open seat. I just like the quality we're starting with. Okay, and we're getting one of my pet cards in this format. You could make an argument for... Well, I think it's the strongest card in the pack. I've seen Phantom Train pop off. I really like the Heck Dice. But the upside Infantry has is pretty high. And I think this is way better than Armor. If you get 2 or more, 3 or more would be obviously optimal. In general, I like Elder in most decks except red-white, but this card has overperformed. But since we have this start, I'm just going with Infantry. Hopefully this is one of the open equipments draft. Okay, Weapons Wender is one of the best white commons. It's really easy to pick up an equipment even if you're white X. You don't need to be white-red always, so... Again, like the way we leave ourselves open here is maybe not get tunneled by red-white, because we can still splash Joshua, abandon Geot, but I'll also just go with the flow if red is gonna be there. Okay, I'm not entirely sure how good Restoration Magic is, because I have had ups and downs with this card. With these rares, I kinda want it, with our Geot and Joshua, but there's also Light Up the Stage, which reads pretty well. It's a 2-for-1. It can be a 1-mana 2-for-1. Might take that. I'm also kind of biased maybe because this card has been really good and constructed. Okay, Thunder Magic over Mage's Staff, but I think it's somewhat close because Mage's Staff is one of the better equipments and we don't have an equipment yet. But Thunder Magic is also then one of the better removals, right? And this is a signal that our colors are open, so I don't think we need to really pivot, even though we still maybe have a chance. There's a late Chocobo kick, but I'm convinced enough, and our quality is too good. Slash or Paladin's Arm. First Slash is really good as well. I do like Primal Garuda, but I have had awkward spots with this card. I'm gonna take Slash, but then we need to go really high on equipments. Well, now I maybe regret it because there's another good removal over. Castle Guard can be okay. I think there's a danger of loading yourself with too many removals in these equipment decks, because often you're just fine trading. You just need to answer the Bombi stuff. So there's our equipment. I don't think we're taking anything else. The Mage's Rod on the wheel is a little bit of a signal, but maybe people still haven't caught on Mage's Rod. Like, I like Mage's Rod in a lot of the decks. Like, I don't think like green-black is maybe the worst one for it, but in blue-black, in red-black, in black-white, it's completely serviceable. I'll take another one. You don't want too many Paladin's Arm, but I think once you have a vendor, they get actually pretty good because it's a pretty high upside equip if you equip it for 1 mana. Just gonna take a red card, cut red. The train goes late, but I don't see a pivot here. I really don't. We're definitely in white. We have bombs in red. Good removal in red. I'm not a fan of Barret. I also never really played it, so maybe I'll give it a try. But usually the 4-drop slot gets so crowded in this decks, and you will always play Vendor or Barret Valis. Because Barret Valis has like a 1-for-1 weakness, while Vendor is a 2-for-1 if they deal with it, because it already drew Restoration Magic Wheel, so we haven't really passed on much, and this is definitely like a good sign for us. This pack, okay, Jill is insane. The issue is it's not that splashable, it's just a mana war on the splash. So is Genoa, one of the best rares in the format, but how do we splash that? It's gonna be hard, so I think we gotta just live with a pick in color. There's also no reason to move into green. There were no green cards. There's no reason to move into blue. There were not many blue cards, plus we passed a lot. So Monk's Fist maybe fits better because of the equipment team, even though I also like Prompt to some degree. I'm gonna take Monk Fist. Just think the card is just overperforming in these decks because of the little synergies. Okay, now we have this pack. I don't think Zeld is that great in these sort of decks because you don't care about landfall that much. And then you have to bounce lands. So it could take another Geot, could just take a Vendor. I'm really tempted to take the Vendor with 2 Paladins arm. The equipment is also great. Geot might wheel. I think it's just Vendor. Card has been just so good. I'm not exactly sure what the stats on the fragment are, but it has to be pretty decent. It's cheap enough. I like it more in blue, white, where you care about affinity and artifacts entering and stuff. A lot of options, but to me it's the white heart is just flexible. It's a 2-drop, can even hit for a lot on 3. But the great application here is you can trade the equipment away, pick it up, recast, you get another 1/1. Saving creatures also matters, like with Joshua and stuff. Really good black cards. Like this is great. The Clout is great. There's a good green card, obviously. Maybe we wield the Coral Sword. I haven't played with it enough and it somewhat looks decent. Okay, so we don't need another Suplex. We could take a land for consistency. Phoenix Down is interesting because it works really well with Genoa. It's actually alright with Vendor as well. But it's such a, like, it's an inefficient card in a way. I think I would play 1 sword sometimes, but could just take a land. This leaves us more open for a splash. I don't think we need these cards that badly. Third Vendor? Now I maybe regret, but like I think then you kind of have too many 4-drops. Brane might be alright as well. Like the equipments trigger it and fits the curve. Land, possibly Shopkeep, but I think we wheel one of the Shopkeeps. I'm not like high on the Shopkeep, honestly. But I would play one. I'll just take Vendor. Vendor just fits. There's a Geot. No, wait, what about this equipment? Whenever you gain life. Okay, we're not gaining life. Too bad, because we could equip it for cheap. But yeah, there's no way to pump it. I'll take the second Geot. It's a good 2-drop. Might wheel another one. Oh, there's a removal for us, so we're eating really well. This rare doesn't read that well. I haven't really played with it. I guess you can always block. It's always a 3-mana 2/4. And then when you attack whenever you maybe have a removal or, I don't know, equip it enough to draw and then reattach the equipment. Tomberry has been alright. But again, like, we're not in those colors. I'm not entirely sure how good the request is, but these threaten, like the Zidane threaten effect has been pretty good. Cannot really sack, can you? You may attach an equipment you control. I think I like You're Not Alone more. So gonna take another Paladin's Arm with 3 Vendor. We probably just play all 3. Just put them on Geot or something. Hopefully we get another Infantry. Okay, there's the Shopkeep over Castle Guard, but I'll take a Shopkeep just because we have these Paladin's Arms here, but this would be like more value based while this is better for attacks, but it's worse versus removal. So I'm not even sure if it's Shopkeep is better there. Take a Blitzball, maybe we splash something. I'll take the equipment now with 3 vendors. We are loading on 4 drops though. There's another shopkeep. Maybe makes me regret the first shopkeep. Alright. Decisions. Expensive, but really strong. And we do have the aura sit. So I could see that. I could also see a slash, but our removal is so good. I'm not too convinced on wind crystal. I think when you were talking so expensive, I'd rather than just have crystals chosen. I know it makes like quite a lot of stuff cheaper, but I think this is the one of the worst one. The blue one is also pretty bad. Like, for instance, it doesn't make this cheaper. It doesn't make this cheaper. Like, it doesn't work with infantry, but it does work with vendors and paladin's arm, which is something. I wouldn't be completely unhappy about it. Also, by the way, the light up the stage looks miserable now because we're too expensive. Wait, where did it go? Okay, here. Wait, that's good. Enters, you may discard a hand, draw that many cards to your divination, devotion. Exile it, comes back, transform, fights. It's a 9/9. Add 4 red. Okay. Yes. Yes is my answer. So we're cutting that. We want more, like maybe we're too expensive at this point also. Equal to devotion. So you're gonna be drawing at this point. You're dumping your hand. I mean, we're not the cheapest red-white. We're more of mid-range, but that's alright. I know there's Smoggle, which is great, but this allows us to go cheaper. There's also Thunder Magic, but this really makes the first infantry better. And I think we really want to be cheap. We have our value here either way with these cards. And I like building it somewhat mid-range. This probably won't make the cut. Restoration is okay with protecting our bombs, but our bombs are relatively expensive. I do like the Mogul though, but I think our deck is just too expensive. Just go cheaper. For now, we probably wheel something in this pack. Another vendor, no go. Lantis, whatever, because I don't think we're splashing at this point. So could take a Primal Garuda, which actually, I don't hate it because... Well, we could replace a Shopkeep with the 2/2. I actually like that card. Because we are more grindy now. We're really more grindy. And equipments you can build either way, but equipments are weird because they are statically pretty like poorly, the creature side, but then the value is the real part. So you can really build these decks grindy. Okay, there's a Freya, which makes us cast Paladin's Arm on 2. And we can maybe then get away with a little bit more of an expensive curve over white card, which is a card I would also like. But okay. Oh, there's Katana. Okay. Warrior Sword is gone. Pretty late fat Chocobo, but we haven't seen... Well, we have seen some green in pack 2, but I think this is the lane we needed to be in. Look at the quality we have. I really like the Mountain Chocobo as well, so would we need to have one, especially with these expensive cards. Because we're really a mid-range deck. We're not your normie equipment deck. I'll take that. It's debatable. It's kind of good in this deck, but expensive. I'm gonna put it in sideboard for now, but I can see adding it in. So we got the sword now, but I don't think we're that much. We're just a good stuff deck. It is free with Freya. Are we playing that? Castle Guard is not completely terrible. I'll take the sword. I think our deck is done. Should I splash? It's gonna be hard. But the card is really good. This card is definitely splashable. I mean, we have only 1 land, and the quality is just probably too high to add an off-color 6-drop. We could play that. Not a fan of the other cards, really. We have a Shopkeep. Like, we have 2 drops in the sideboard. Better 2 drops for our deck. So that wheels. Yeah, like this, these are not making the cut. Could move away from infantries, but I think 2 is reasonable. They're also gonna be 2/1s. Have a Mogul already. Wait, go back in. So we need to cut 1 card. So this goes, and then another one. Restoration potentially because we're so expensive. Wender. So let's move this and maybe that. And I think everything else I like. A Wender with these Paladin's arms are just so good. Now we cannot cut a Wender. It's also just draws into more lands and we are expensive. Now I'll go Restoration. We have like decent bombs to protect. Okay, Geot can loot. The beauty of Geot is like they're not bad in multiples because you just loot the other one away. And what are we looting away though? Vendor for now. Although Vendor would equip Paladin's arm here, but I think this is more about getting the lands first. I think we're alright with that. I was thinking about it, but the trade is fine. Like, we don't really need to discard anything right now. Chocomock on an empty board. I'll just attack if they trade. They trade for a 1-1. We can also just pick the equipment up. End step. Which means we don't need to pay the cost to equip. Okay, this we can deal. Like, Supplex in this scenario is pretty good. I'll just pick this up. For value. So play a land. Deal with this. Because it blocks. Too bad Suplex is not an Aberrate. Aberrate would be so much better in this format. Send them in. We're actually running out of gas. This is where I want the vendor, but okay. I didn't expect that many lines from the top. Okay, we can deal with... Oh, we can deal with... Oh, that's actually sick. We can deal with Aura Sit to get value. Now we have that, but... I like the other play more. Let's attack first. Exile target, non-land permanent opponent controls. Is that even that good? Well, it does deny their mana as well. Oh, there's a restoration. Okay, okay. So in that case, this was better. But okay, they're on 2 cards now, 1 card. And we have a bump in hand. I'm not fine with the down trade, I think. I guess we deny like a fight spell. Okay, I'll trade. They can have the Choco fight spell. And we're not discarding here. Okay. Okay, no fight spell. So I think it's the easiest just to flip. Because this will get the stuff back as well if like it needs to survive. If it survives, you usually win either way. But not maybe necessarily in this case because they have a flying blocker. I'll just take it, we're gaining life. The ability, how it works, it says the creature deals damage. Okay, now we're... That means like the life gain triggers. Now we're getting the pumps. I could wait. It's probably better to wait. It's just safer. We're getting everything back. If they have a trick, we can get punished. That's fine. And we know they don't have a removal. Yep, and now it gets crazy. We get all of these back. So wait, it's mana value 6 or less. I could pick the removal up actually. So maybe these two. Like that. I mean, either way, it's fine. That's insane value. Joshua popping off. Card boat. Yes. We get that now. Return that. I'll just go for it. Okay, solid. Might just wanna... Well, we can decide. We can trade the Geot. We can discard the other one. Rest of Magic doesn't do that much right now, so could also just discard that for now. But I think we want Geot. Or Infantry, but Infantry maybe allows a double spell next turn. Red is annoying because I really don't want to trade for it, even though it's not usually that great of a card. Okay, so here I'll just play a tap land. So we can next turn curve out better. I guess there was an argument to go all in 2 turns on Geode, but I don't know. They do nothing. I'll just vendor here so we can then arms on Geode next turn. I could also just double infantry. No, I'll go for the upside next turn. Even if they deal with vendor here, they're only dealing with a 2/2. Because we have the option now to discard the infantries if we get both of them. I think being patient here, they might have the 4 mana spell or they just cycle. That's good. They might have the still the treachery. No. Well, I don't think we even panic here. I might just like the double infantry when they're... Yeah, I mean, like, again, like, no need to panic. No need to panic. I'll just double infantry. Get that out of the way. We're going wider helps the crystal chosen. And this is relatively fine. It's annoying because it's big, but... So another tapped out. We can discard the Geode. I think I'll just go for double strike trade for the... I mean, I could also just deal with the T-Rex. Which actually works really well here. Why would you tap like that? Arena. Discard that. There's a land for next turn. Deal with T-Rex and send everything in, sorta. 2 mana. Answer a 6-drop. You go here. Fine. Because now we have mana to re-equip either way. Or maybe we gave them a splash. But at this point, this was what? It was 10 damage. No, 12 damage. They gained some life. They need a go white stuff or a mass removal. Otherwise, it's really rough for them. There's no counter spells in these colors. Big creatures don't do it anymore. That's the beauty of equipment decks. They're just so resilient. Like, removal doesn't work. Big creatures sometimes don't work because you can go white. And white has like really good removal. Okay, so I think we're too good with that. It just sets us up also for the next turn attack. They did gain a lot of life. Okay, they're at 5. We have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 creatures. Okay, we have a 1, 2 into 3. Or I guess more realistically 2 into 3. Although we might get a 2-drop with a shock, so the tempo, the real tempo. Okay, we cannot deal with that. But what this is, 2 mana to surveil, 6 to deal with something. Well, and we're not dealing with that, sure. Nothing really worked out the way this hand was designed, but fine. Three mana. Ouch. We're guilty of being on the draw. They don't like Wyvern. Interesting. Probably just dealing with the mana creature. Sure. This would play around the Syncopate. They have another one? What a scam. To be fair, this card is really good, but the fact that it was so effective was just a play draw matter. We would go under it pretty easily on the play. And now we're in a terrible shape. I think it made sense to play around the Syncopate. Turret here. More counter spells? I'll just play it out. I know we probably fine. It keeps the ability. Which is interesting that they would go for this one. Probably keep both. Although I could see ditching Restoration Magic. Go to 16. I mean, I could do that. Probably do this either way. Oh, that's insane. Yeah, it does keep it. I don't want to take 7, we go pretty low. One card. Cause we can activate this, have the 2/2 out, and then have the Clive with protection up if we get a land. When we get a land. It's a 2-for-1 the way they blocked. Gain life? No, we don't need to gain life. Target creature gains hexproof and indestructible. That's just brute. Yeah, the block really backfired. Not the greatest hand, but we have spells. We have a 2-drop into removal, into protection. Ouch. Probably have to deal with that next turn, otherwise they just gain value. Pretty awkward spot where you just gotta do it. Even though, yeah, Supplix could deal with that. No, I like dealing with it. If they have another one, they have another one. I want this with a protection up, but then we need another white. I'm just gonna relieve the white mana here, because it's gonna get easier. And this can block the 1/4. I wanna empty the hand as soon as possible since Clive redraws. And draws more on an empty hand. So we cannot have that up. It does play around a... No, but let's just be patient for it. Although it's not that bad. Like, they cannot counter it this turn. Discard this then. It just like unlocks our hand, and if we flip it next turn. So they need a removal basically. We can still deal with their aura sit. I actually dig this. Because it's like we're gonna wait for a planes for a while. Now we discard Restoration Magic. And Monk Fist even. No. Bad draws, really bad draws. To be fair, we would draw them back to back either way. We need lands. Okay, this we can deal with. Then we can discard them, I guess. Probably trading. Since we don't have mana either way. Lands. Lands when? Crazy, we went through so many cards. We need a white source. This is gonna be rough if they have more. I think I just trade. Yeah, they have more. Yeah, infantry, when you have more than 2, it's insane. Bro. But we were not even in a bad spot. We just needed a plains and we went through so many cards. Yeah, of course. Yeah, now it's probably over. So they have another one. I'll just scoop. You just cannot stumble in this format. It's too punishing. You need to have it all the time. Okay. We can fetch on 3, deal with something on 2. But it's only 1-drops. Probably like a lot of 1-drops are worth dealing with. Well, that's a good 2. Probably you gotta discard that, right? It's fine, it's fine. We're still applying pressure. We're still like kind of tempo efficient. Okay, now we discard that. Since it only trades with the thingy. That's good though. Discard suplex. We want our haymakers, we want our bombs. That's the best value we can get. Huh. So this would be bad versus syncopate. Re-equip would be really good, but they have nothing. So maybe there is a... I wish I had that. I mean, I'm gonna play it out. What can you do? Yeah, there is a syncopate. Damn. If I had another one, I would fetch. But the re-equipping was sketchy versus treachery. Otherwise, yeah, re-equipping would be insane. They need to do it, yeah, they have 4. But then it stays, so it's pretty much the same. We're not in a great spot, but everything lined up perfectly. I mean, I could have played around the syncopate, but then again, the treachery gets us. Are they on mono counter spell? Put it on a bigger creature. I think I got a double block. What are they gonna do? They're gonna flip it in few surveils. What is that deck? Like, what if they fall behind and we go under counter? I don't know. Sure. I mean, it is what it is. We didn't really have a game versus that hand. We drew poorly. Now this would come up, the Crystal Chosen, but kinda too late, isn't it? Either way. Yep. Okay, just gotta keep those hands. Not the greatest curve out, but have a 2 into redraw. Oh, that's okay-ish. Have to decide if I even play this 2 drop out, I guess. Oh no, I definitely do. Man, what are these curve outs? So we need to remove it, but we don't have removal. What a scam. I mean, we don't have removal right now. We have removal in the deck. This looks like it's gonna be over by literally not playing Magic. Okay, well, that's pretty good for them. think I'm gonna be triple blocking it actually. Which is kind of funny. A lot of value for them. I mean, yeah, there could be like there's one card that gets us, but this thing is only gonna cause problems otherwise. Okay. Okay, we got rid of Shantoto, which is pretty important. We probably don't beat the card. Even if it was a straight up 2-for-1. Now it's obviously still a lot to deal with. 5 mana to deal with a 1-1. That I like. So we're gonna deal with the Jin here. Since we still need lands. White Source. I guess Gyote is awkward in this deck because we still want to get to high mana. But I mean, it's a 2 mana 1-1 double striker that carries equipment as well. Okay, they have another one. And an unplayable card, but okay, let's see what we draw. Okay, that we can discard. Scouts, Pirates, and Rogues. They have the thingy that gets a spell back. Wow, yeah, this is gonna be... It's gonna be still really hard. It doesn't draw them. I guess it does if they have a land. Wizard. This looks like would be a pirate. Wait, how did they get the counter? Oh, cause it... Oh my god. Okay, I see. Cause it's from our stuff. So draw. Land, path. Pass. So I guess it's not completely bad in their deck. That's good. So they don't have a counter spell. This is great. Kinda have enough blockers. I could just go aggro. Because the 2-2s do a decent job at double blocking. This is 10 damage. Lightning Bolt. Doesn't trigger anything. That also doesn't trigger. So if I deal with Shantoto... The thing is, if I deal with one of these, I can swing all. Shantoto blocks the 3-3. So we lose one, they go to 2. I'm gonna deal with that. Could start trading 1 by 1. You go to 1. Okay. Oh, we have a turn 2 Katana. Playing Lola also. Next turn we can loot for a land. Kinda need lands. Well, let's attack first. It could be the... Well, there's not much that stops this. Black, white. Okay. Well, we do have another one. I think I actually want the Giot out. I'm gonna discard this mountain. We don't need it. We need a second white. Satch. Think we can keep it. Do we have some 5 drops? If we get an equipment, you can discard it. Is this what I'm saying? And now we just equip this to the... To the thingy. Two trades for the... That's fine. I could like not attack, but this is decent value. Plus we now kinda just need to stall. I really want the mana for next turn. What if I answer both? Because we're drawing cards either way next turn. I guess I'm a little bit afraid of a discard. I think I'm gonna pass. Like, I don't care if they have more. This draws us what? 4 cards. Because we have to discard the hand either way. I'll be taking the damage. Can maybe deal with a bigger creature like that, yeah. Protection. You may discard your hand and draw cards equal to the devotion turret. Two removals. I still want this to live. We don't have... I mean, I can equip Katana, I guess. It's fine. So Treachery. But if they play stuff out, I just flip it, fight. Although I could... No, let's just flip it. It's a 9/9 next turn. We have a protection. Next turn we get Trample and we have protection, so it's not bad. All the mana as well. Okay, a little bit awkward because no 2-drop. But we might still get it, or we are on the play. Well, that's close enough. That would be so sick on 1 though. So a little bit the other order, but fine. Fine. Could always upkeep fetch. Might be better to just add equipment. Okay, never mind. Don't get to do that. But the idea is upkeep fetch because otherwise we could draw it. Get the damage in. I mean, there was some argument to then next turn have a double spell with these two. With the Katana and the other one. But this does transfer into 6 damage in 2 turns. Would be similar though. Suplex kills Katana, so it is value. This is fine. This is fine. So I could go with... I could trade. I could also just deal with the thing. Because if I trade, I just replay it, right? That's way better if that goes through. If not, I'm gonna play that out. Well, I guess I just replay it either way for more impact. Just for a 1/1. It is value, otherwise... Yeah, I could save a creature, but what are we saving? A 1/1 or a token? Okay, so land. I can decide, I can re-equip kind of feel like we just deal with that, swing everything. I could see just re-equipping being better, or am I overthinking it? I don't like this attack. I don't like trading for 1/1s at this point, because this probably wins either way. Well, here, if they have a removal, I don't want to attack while even. Well, this gives them a little bit of... I mean, it's a different outcome because they gained more cards now. Now, if I knew about that this was their play, I would definitely go for tempo. And Chia doesn't really do much here. Yeah, we can equip it. Could discard a shock, but still have uses for a shock. Could discard Crystal Chosen, but if we get a land, that's so bad. We got a shock. So I'm playing it out and not discarding. It's fine. So that would be good tempo. Are they sending this 4-3 in? So this we take and then hopefully they re-equip. Well, it's 5. Dealing with that now. Probably here. Yep, there's another Thunder Magic. Go white here. Attack all at this stage. Because this is 5 damage, so technically it's lethal on board next turn. They do have 6, but we're on 16. We lose out of nowhere. I don't even know what could be there to deal 10. Double strike. Steal that and equip something. It's actually pretty crazy, which exists, but still not enough. They need something else. It's fine. But yeah, it goes... They go wider. Probably want to equip the Monk Fist. Equipments are really good at generating value versus removal. I'll go here, since everything is lethal either way. Have 3 life. Okay. 1 life. We have indestructible hexproof plus 3 life. Would have to be something really specific. Mass removal doesn't do it. Plus, even if it's mass removal, we still have that. Okay, so they actually had that card, but didn't have lethal last turn. This would actually make it lethal, right? They can equip 1 equipment. Yeah, so this would be plus 4, 8. Still not lethal though. 10 with the Monk Fist. Okay. We have a turn 2 Paladin's Arm. Pretty good on the play. Freya in these decks is just a house. Also flies the thingy for later. Do not touch. Shock is a cheat. What do we even do here? I like Yacht. Probably not discarding anything yet, because we gotta play next turn. And then the equipment can loot again. We're playing versus mono removal. Not even sure if I wanted this card. Probably not. Our deck is relatively expensive. We don't have then equipments past this to discard. Okay, that's fine. Interesting that they waited, but I mean, 2 damage is not that big of a deal. I just like the value here. So we're gonna make the trade. Yeah, I'll just make the trade. I mean, could see trading it here on the blogs, but now I wish I discarded the land. But again, we do have expensive spells. Okay. Let them cook first. They have the option to equip, which is probably what they want to do. Because it does prevent an attack, so it's not really that big of a difference. Trade play, another one is just more tempo efficient. Gotta play that out. Shock. That's a lot of shocks. How do people get that many thunder magics? They might be concerned about infantry. Okay, that one. Even better for them. And they're gonna ping themselves to that. I'll go for the damage. We have a tap. We punish the equipping now. Or maybe we completely make this useless, but yeah. I guess we gotta sack that. Man, I mean, it goes both ways. I'm gonna sack this still. This is a better creature, but it's not lethal. And this means they have to chump. Okay. Do have a shock. I do have a restoration magic, so it goes both ways. But we're likely equipping either way. Oh, there's restoration now. I'll make them chump. Also, it has war too, so shock doesn't deal with it. They need well, they have a land. I mean, they have 6 mana, so they would need to lose 6 mana to deal with that, or Supplex, for instance. Let's go. You draft rares, you trophy. But yeah, this was a solid red-white. A lot of the games were carried by rares. We had a decent curve, we had removal. We had like kind of ticked all the boxes that you want in this format. I do think there's better quality in blue decks, because blue is just so good in this format. But it's not often open anymore. Alright, YouTube. Thank you so much for watching.